What's up?
What's up? What's up?
Nice. Ready, ready.
Well, I just felt like coming on here and fucking talking shit, fucking shooting the shit. I don't know, whatever. Um,
Find something to
I'm
get
tired
into.
of. Yeah, I'm just sick and tired of the channels. Every channel I go to, it's all the same shit. And you know what? If people aren't fucking awake by now, then there's no fucking awakening them. Just
Exactly.
fuck them. It's time to fucking do us. Like let's fucking. I don't know. I can't say shit without fucking getting censored. I can't play videos without getting censored. They've already knocked down fucking. Can you see it? They've taken all kinds of damn channels down from me. But yet I'm one of the small channels. I only have like 20 fucking subscribers on this one. But yet
Right.
they want to fuck with me all the time. So I don't know. It's time to rally the troops. I guess. Shit.
I, that's the thing. It's like people don't care. They don't care.
Well, yeah. It's because
Um,
everybody's stuck in the
only
fucking
certain
norm. They
certain
fell
people
back
do.
into their life,
Yes.
the routine. Hey, you there?
Yeah. I'm here.
Yeah. See, my internet starts acting all fucking wacky and shit, but it's time that we start fucking worrying about everybody that's already fucking awake. Everybody that has their damn eyes open, that knows what the fuck is going on. Let's get involved. Let's do something. Let's fucking.
Let the
We can't just
sheep
sit
sleep.
around. We can't just sit around anymore. It's getting on my fucking nerves. They have this thing at the school, fucking no mask Monday. We have protesters outside. The teachers are saying that, oh yeah, if the telling the kids that if you're gonna protest no mask Monday, then tell your parents to don't even bother bringing you to school. What kind of fucking shit is that?
Wow.
So I don't know. School board. I don't know. I don't know how to get involved. All I know is that my voice and the position that I'm in right now, and certain people know what the position I'm in. I can't do anything like that right now. Not
Yeah.
until fucking April.
Yup. So well,
Then
then we what we do is look into everything that we need to do. That way, when April comes, then put the hammer
but the
down.
thing is, well, we need to. I don't know. I hear people talking about fucking some big name YouTubers that they're, you know, couple Brits that I don't want to mention any names, but they're British, So
Yeah.
I think we all know who in the hell we're talking about.
Yeah.
Me personally, I don't care for the dudes. I really don't.
Yeah.
I think they're full of shit. I think they feed in misinformation, and I think they're fucking like leading us astray. You know, there's so
Yeah.
many channels out there that are doing that.
Yeah. And that's the
It's
thing. It's who do we okay, who has the information, the true information? Which it's
nobody.
nobody. You think about it. I mean, everybody's just getting a little taste and running with it. Okay. When are we gonna get start seeing shit happen?
Exactly. Exactly. That's what I've been saying. Everybody's saying. And for those channels that are out there throwing out dates, you
Yeah.
guys are you're fucking up.
Yeah,
Don't throw out dates.
because you get people to get excited and get everything, and then when the date comes and goes, it's like that's why I don't listen to people with dates.
Neither do I. Yeah, neither do I. I did at first. I'm not gonna lie. I fell in that fucking trap. Oh yeah, fuck yeah. Things are gonna happen by a certain date. This and this is gonna go on. Yeah, be ready. And I'm telling everybody, be prepared. Do this, do that, do this. Then the day comes around, they hit me up and they're like, hey, what happened? I'm like, it's coming. Don't worry. Another month goes by.
Hmm.
Nothing happened. So yeah, I don't do that crap. And why? Because it's bit me in the ass a couple times. more than a couple times. But I don't know. I wish what everybody would just say, instead of trying to get viewers and stuff, instead of trying to get likes and ring that bell and all this shit and that and this and that and fucking share and follow and all this crap. I don't care. I don't give a shit if you share it. I don't give a shit if you like it. I don't give a shit if you fucking watch it. For those who do want to watch it, there it is. But
Real shit.
all I'm saying is, really be careful who you follow, who you listen to. Because honestly, in my honest opinion, I'm not saying this because I have any fucking intel, or I don't know somebody in the intel community, or I don't have inside connections like most channels say. No, I think they're full of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Tell you the truth, nobody fucking knows, because if you think about it, the strategy, if it is military control, whatever, you think they're really going to put their game plan out on the internet?
Exactly.
And if we could get that information, you think the enemy can't get that information? Come on now.
That's why everybody's throwing information around. That's why it's information war. What to believe, who to believe, what little bits. It's all breadcrumbs. And we gotta sit here and try to put together the loaf back together from these little crumbs. And some people are good at finding certain things, and that's what we got to do. We just got to get
Yeah.
these little breadcrumbs and try to figure out the bigger picture. That's just for us, though. It's not like we can go out and say, okay, yeah, we did this, so here. I mean, really.
When well, you remember, I researched everything.
Yeah.
If somebody came on and tossed some kind of fucking breadcrumb, I ran with it and I investigated it till the fucking end. Like, I found out exactly what was going on.
Yep.
I've slacked off on that. I'm not gonna lie. I've slacked off.
Yeah.
I'm kind of discouraged. I'm kind of I don't know. I lost my oomph, if you could. That's what you want to say.
Mm-hmm.
But you need to do your research. You need to fucking look into what people say. If they say, so and so is doing this, or so and so said that, check it up. Don't run with it and tell fucking people, because then people aren't gonna fucking. What if it ain't true?
Yeah, exactly.
Then you're gonna look like a fucking fool, because you're the one that said so and so said something when so and so is full of shit.
Yeah.
We all know what's going on. You know, we're not stupid. We're not. I definitely don't have my blinders on.
Right.
And I'm pretty sure whoever knows me, and there's a lot of you that know me, and if you're watching this channel, then you know that we all know what the fuck is going on. We don't need to continue the little rat race and say, let's hold the line. Yeah, hold the fucking line. Do what you got to do. Do your part. But let's not feed into the fucking tangled web that has been woven, I guess you could say, because all I see I see us chasing our fucking tails. We're just going in circles, going in circles, going in circles, going in circles. They keep pushing the date, pushing the date, pushing the date. Well, there is no fucking date, because if it is a military operation, like they say, they're not going to say put an end game on it. They're going to have to say it's going to be over by so and so date. No, they can't say that, because supposedly it's a war, right? We don't know when a fucking war is going to end.
Yep.
So whoever's watching in chat, I posted the link in chat. If you guys want to come up and rant and rave, let's come on, let's do this. Let's get this fucking channel knocked down. I don't give a shit.
Let's go.
We'll start another one.
Right. That's how it is. That's how we got to do it.
Yeah, I was sitting here earlier and I was going through YouTube. I haven't made a live in a while, maybe a couple weeks or something.
Yeah.
And usually the ones I've been making, they were like, yeah, let's go on there and let's pass the information. Well, then I started thinking about it. Well, I'm just passing fucking information that I'm not agreeing to, so that's making me a fucking hypocrite. Yeah. Kind of understand what I mean? Yeah, I go and I listen and I watch, and then if I find something, I hear something interesting. A lot of the shit that they're playing, I played most of this shit fucking like a year ago. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm seeing videos pop up that I'm like, damn, I have those in my fucking hard drive from like fucking a year ago.
Yeah. It's
So
just getting regurgitated.
exactly. And I just see it revolving, and it's like the revolving door. Here it comes again. It's just gonna swing and hit us in the ass again.
Yep.
And here we go for another fucking round. Do I know what to do? Do I? No, I don't know what to do. If I know what to do, I wouldn't be on here. I'd be doing it. That's why I'm on here, because I want like-minded people to come on here and, hey, let's get together and let's think about it and let's put up a game plan. Let's say, okay, well, maybe if we went this way and we went that way, then this would happen. Let's talk about it. Let's just not go out there and just say so and so said this or so and so put this out and so and so. We all know the media's full of crap.
Yes.
I can't believe shit what they say, because you could just they're blazingly fucking lying. So I don't know. I don't know what to do, and I want to talk about it. So Obama Spike, are you in chat? I know you're always in fucking chat.
Who?
Spike?
Oh.
I guess not. But here it goes again. Here, I'm gonna put the link out one more time. Anybody want to come up and rant and rave? We're here. Oh the shit! I want to put 900 wisdom block on there. But you got anything to add, bro?
That what we're doing is we're gonna start planning here. We're buying all soil and everything, and we already got the seeds. Um, we got a lot of seeds, a lot.
Well, yeah, it's just like everybody said. Well, like I always say, prepare for the worst and hope for the best. Because
Yeah,
obviously you got to be prepared. You
yeah,
got to have food. You got to have water. You got to have the natural essentials. You got to know how to grow your own food, because let's say you do live in the inner city, and I've seen this happen firsthand. Let's say there is a blackout for a week, just a
yep,
week.
yep.
How much food is going to go to waste? Your refrigerators don't work. Yeah, the few that have generators, but how long is that going to last when you can't pump out gas from the gas stations to be able to put in your generator? So
Yep.
think about it. When you can't go to McDonald's and buy a hamburger, McDonald's I use. If you can't go to McDonald's and buy a hamburger, people are going to get hungry. They can't go to the grocery store and buy food. They can't pump water because all the water in inner cities run on pumps. So you have no running water, you have limited amount of bottled water, you have no food, you have rotting food in your fridge. What are they going to do? Well, they're going to look for people that are prepared. And that's
Mhm.
when all fucking hell breaks loose, and that's when everything goes to shit, because all fucking chaos happens because they want what you have, and now you got to protect yours because you're doing it for your family. But now you got everybody else that's saying, "Ooh, there it is, let's go." That's the scary part.
Yeah, scary for them though.
I think that's what we need to do, is start preparing people to understand how to survive something like that. Because if anybody knows how I am and who I am, they know I've lived off grid. My brother used to live with me too. Like, we've lived in the middle of the woods with nothing but yogi and a mountain lion maybe too. So just don't take information and run with it. And I hear people saying, "Oh yeah, the Brit from across the pond said this." Oh fuck him! He's across the fucking pond. What the fuck is he gonna know?
Right.
And trust me, if anybody says that they have, and this is my opinion, this is not fact. If anybody says that they have intel and they have an inside source, they're full of shit, because then they could be held for treason just for putting that information out.
Hmm. That's why nobody gives their sources.
Because they have
So
none.
then you can pretty much make whatever you want out and say, "Oh, I have an inside source. Here's this information," and yeah, it's all bullshit.
Yeah.
All these big channels, all they care about is likes and money. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here's my
Share,
merch. Buy
like,
my
and ring that
merch.
bell. Hit that bell. Hit that bell, please. Hit that bell. Fuck all that bell. Fuck that bell. I don't know. We started this live. I had another game plan, like just thinking of just coming up here and just talking about fuck how our day went and what we were doing and how my day went at work, and just having a normal conversation like a normal human being. But as soon as that fucking live button came on, It was like instant fucking, like somebody turned on a light switch and, you know what? Talk about this. And it just came out like vomit,
Hey,
projectile vomit at that.
it's it's a higher power, bro.
We
We
all
just
know
got
who's, go ahead. Sorry.
yeah, no, it's we just gotta stay in faith like we do. Protect ours and ours, and
Care for thy man. That's what we need to do. We need to fucking start worrying about our fellow man and not just ourselves. Everybody's out for their own. Like everybody's like honestly, everybody's just the way society is nowadays. Like, dude, I pass by and I see a homeless guy out there, I'll give him money. I help out. I try to help out anybody I can. If I have a few bucks, I'll give them those few bucks, because they obviously need it better than I do, or more than I do. Like anybody that knows me knows how I am. Like I try to help out as much. Sometimes I go broke just by helping people out, and it doesn't bother me. It's not something like I. It doesn't bother me. I'm willing to do it,
yeah,
and I wish there was more people like that because there's people that they'll see you down and out, and they'd rather kick you than give you a helping hand,
yeah.
and that's not the way we should be.
The full Monty. What's up?
Hey, Full Monty, what's up? What's up? So yeah, I don't know. We just gotta, yeah, we gotta hold the line, of course. But come on, people, let's not run with information no more. Let's not stop chasing our tails. Let's stop the fucking circle. Let's stop the fucking. I'm seeing information, like I said earlier, information that came out a year ago is starting to resurface now, and or a year and a half ago, and I'm scratching my head going, damn, these people are falling for it hook, line, and sinker just the way we did back then. You know, pretty soon these people that are hearing it now that are barely awakened are going to hear it. So it's not the point of trying to awaken anybody anymore. That's the way I feel. This is my personal opinion. It's time to, I don't want to say keywords, but everybody knows, like, it's time to get together and take care of each other. Let's let's help each other out of this fucking hole. Let's.
Hold on, bro. Be
I
right
wish
back.
I wish I could say more without. I don't want to get banned on the first live I've done in like 2 weeks because or censored because they love censoring me. This is like the fifth, sixth channel, something like that, and they just took my other channel down. Can you see it? And more than likely, this one's probably going to get a strike because they like accusing for cyber bullying. I think they call it. You can't say fuck this, fuck that because all of a sudden you're cyber bullying somebody. I don't know. I'm frustrated. Discouraged. I want to see progress just as much as the next person, and I don't see it. Everybody says, yeah, there's things happening, and no, granted, there is little things happening, and I have noticed little things because I was in somebody's chat yesterday, as a matter of fact, and I was trying to talk somebody off the ledge, pretty much, and they're screaming saying civil war, and I'm like, no, 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 we don't need that. That's the last fucking thing we need because that's when people die. No, we don't want Americans getting hurt. We don't want our fellow man getting hurt. we
Right.
want to we want us to come together and try and help the situation, not make it worse. Like that's the last freaking thing we need. I lost my chain of thought because all of a sudden I don't know.
Rant away, bro. We just
All I'm
frustrating.
saying, it's very frustrating, and I wish people would just stop running. Especially with some of the big names. I don't watch no politically involved YouTube channels. I don't watch any of them anymore because the simple fact is that everybody's taking everybody's information and making it their own and putting it out there like it's their own.
Right.
And I don't know. All I see it is like everybody stepping on everybody just to try and get ahead, and it sucks.
Yep.
I think I'm scaring everybody away right now.
Hey, they're scared of just talking. Then they
They're
shouldn't be
scared to
here,
get
but
slapped with the fucking truth right across their cheeks. Catch their cheeks.
their cheeks, both cheeks, huh?
Oh man.
Double tap.
If anybody knows me in knowledge, we're both we're just we like to joke around, we like to get along, we like to make fun of each other, and that's me and him. We're brothers. So
Yes.
don't take us at we're being like offensive or anything like that. Right now I'm just ranting and raving. And that this will be my ranting and raving will be off my chest here in a few minutes, and we'll probably get together and hang out and start talking about fucking what happened yesterday in somewhere or something. But as far as right now, just I don't know. I don't know how many times I can fucking say it. Do your own fucking research. It's not that damn hard. Figure it out. Like
Some people just don't. They want everything done for them.
exactly. Like everybody wants it handed to them on a silver platter.
Yes.
Doesn't work that way. Everybody has to work. You got to work to earn yours, right? You got to work to pay for your house. You got to work to buy that brand new car that you want. You got to work to put food on the table, clothes on your back. You know, you got to work for that. So what
Yep.
makes anybody think that they don't have to work for this?
Right.
No, no. So, bro, how's your day? I think I'm done with my ranting and raving.
My day was good.
Yeah,
Did a lot of cleaning today. Um, planted some stuff and um, yeah, just chilled and watched some
well, that's good.
movies and you know.
That's good. That's good. Anybody in chat wants to come up on panel, just go ahead, grab the StreamYard link. Just turn off your YouTube before you hit the link, or hit the link and then kill your YouTube, and then come on panel, and we can just talk. If anybody wants to rant and rave, like I said earlier, let's go ahead and let's get this channel banned. But at least we'll get our word out. I don't give a shit. I'll just start another channel. I'm so used to it now. But
Ah, come on.
I want, this whole Gavin Newsom thing here in Cali.
Yeah.
That was so blazingly like in our face, like ha 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 ha, you measly peasants, you
Hmm.
can't do nothing. Like it's it's insane that he actually fucking claims he won, just like or not mine, your president, bro.
Shit.
Yeah, the president that grabbed the most votes in history or some shit
Yeah,
like
I
that.
know.
Yeah,
It
he
was
can't
it
even fucking
85
complete a sentence.
million?
Yeah,
85
can't even
million
complete.
without without leaving his basement.
Lives in his basement. I think he's still living in the basement. Didn't somebody say that the White House is cleared out? Oh, here I go, passing misinformation, huh? Oh, I'm sorry.
Hey, you know what?
That's what I liked about Mustang Medic. Mustang Medic, you you sent him a message and tell him, hey, go to the White House. They're saying that this and this is happening. He'd take his little happy ass to the White House with his
Yep.
cowboy hat, sit outside the fucking fence, look through it like if he was in a jail cell, and film what was happening, and you would get firsthand, uncensored, uncut fucking view of what was going on. Then we could determine for ourselves. Oh, well, maybe it isn't going on like that. Well, then that dude must be full of shit. Oh no, well, see, then you could distinguish it, but nobody does that anymore. Penguin Six does it, or Penguin Six does it, and I haven't really followed him in a while. I don't know. I guess I got burnt out on that little level, but I still hear he's doing it, so that's a great thing. And like I said, there's only a few channels I watch really politically involved. It's mostly Hawk Mustard Seed, and I think he's on 7 or 8 right now. Um, he's
I think it's on 8.
right now he's on 8. Yeah, I think did 7 get banned because he's been banned or I think he said he was gonna get banned, or he got censored, or he got a strike on 7. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. So follow him, Hawks Mustard Seed 8. I think that's the one he's currently on. So Hawks Mustard Seed 8. Go and follow him, and he puts out like X22 report and we know and stuff like that, like stuff that you could verify it. Like that's verifiable information. It's not like somebody saying I don't even know. There's so much misinformation. I can't even
That
think
old
about it.
shit at the Vatican kind of shit put out.
Yeah,
You don't put that
that.
shit. Yeah.
Yeah. So just if you want to believe in little green men that live underground and and all that other crap, be my guest. It's God gave you free will, right? Do whatever the hell you want to do. Just don't spread it if you don't think it's true. A lot of people are just doing it just to get views, just to get
Exactly.
likes, just to get their
Paid.
channel. Yeah, like
And then they put out their Cash App and all this other stuff.
yeah, PayPal me,
PayPal me.
PayPal me, please. I need coffee.
Oh, that's so funny. Just it takes a lot of work. You're just standing there, bro, in front of a computer. Yeah, information takes, but people share the same crap.
You know what takes what a lot of time is like the videos that and we know or like Cue the Marines. Those
Yeah.
videos that they put out, they're extensive. Like I tried getting into editing. Oh my god, I gave up on it in the first try because it's so freaking complicated. I can't even edit my drone videos because I'm like, oh no, this is too much. Fuck all this shit. I'm not sitting there for 5 hours to edit one little drone video. But they have like a fucking 15-minute video that must have taken them fucking 10 hours. Like it's insane. Damn, I could understand. I donated to Cue the Marines. I used to donate to them all the time.
Yeah.
But unfortunately I can't do that right now. So sorry, I can't help you out right now, buddy. But
Yeah,
PayPal me.
we just donated to the who's it, LAPD or sheriff?
Oh man, why'd you dumb go do something like that? Well, the
Uh,
sheriffs, the
I
sheriff,
think it was the
especially
sheriff.
LA sheriffs. Come on, everybody knows how they are.
I don't remember what it was. It was one of them. But yeah, I mean, why not?
I guess it was a good cause. Good cause.
Yeah.
Let's help corrupt law enforcement. They
They
put out a
did.
report.
They
There's
just put out
gangs
a
in the
post.
LAPD.
What's up?
The LAPD has their own gangs, like literally gangs, like throwing up gang signs and fucking like the Whiteys or the West Side Whiteys or some shit like that. Different precincts have different gangs.
Are you serious?
I'm dead fucking serious. I have it in my hard drive. I'll show you. I'll show you the video later, but I can't show it
Uh,
here because obviously I'll get fucking stricken and taken down and fucking
you
yeah,
get
it's all
streaked.
bad. Strict. So yeah, they have like there's like all kinds of gangs in LA, and they're all LAPD officers. When I was growing up in LA, once there was a shootout between LAPD and off duty. Well, they were off duty LAPD and off duty LA sheriffs or sheriffs and CHP. One of them two. Anyways, they got into a shootout. Can you believe that crap?
Damn.
I can understand CHP shooting at somebody because they're so territorial about their freeways.
Mm-hmm. Don't get on my freeway. It's our chase
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, right?
Then we're gonna go off the freeway. We're still gonna chase them because
Oh,
we
they
don't
don't
give
give
a
up.
shit.
They don't
They
give
don't.
up. They'll ram you, push you off the freeway, and if you still run, they're still gonna chase you. Like it's
Right?
crazy. LAPD at least thinks about public safety, and if they're going 80 miles an hour in a 30 miles on a zone, they're gonna back
Mm-hmm.
off. They're gonna say, "Oh no, this dude's gonna kill somebody." They'll stop it. CHP or no, they'll encourage it.
They're like, what? He's going 70 in a school zone. Pit
The
him.
school zone at, at 7 o'clock in the morning.
On a Wednesday.
Yeah, we're coming up to the playground. Pit him, pit him, pit him. But eh, so
Yeah, it was crazy. We're talking about the seeds, right? We bought this pack. I think it's like 40 different plants and peppers and all
Uh-huh.
kinds of stuff. But just that one pack that we got is enough to seed a whole acre of land.
Well, what do you have? Vegetables or you have pot?
Everything. Vegetables. We have,
Oh,
um, yeah, peppers.
yeah, you
Yeah.
gotta stock up on seeds. Trust me, you're gonna need them.
Oh no, we got them.
Well, I don't know if we're gonna need them. Tell you the truth, because what if they do start rounding us up? What's gonna happen
Hey,
then?
you know what we stupid? I was thinking, how they're saying, oh, they're gonna put everybody in camps and whatever, right? Gun backs and shit. That would be the stupidest thing they would do,
Yeah,
because they get a bunch of like-minded people
exactly.
in one place. Yeah,
Hmm.
they
Let's
won't have enough
think of a
room,
way to destroy this bitch.
right?
That's what prisons do. Prisons just make criminals better criminals.
Yep,
That's all it does.
yep.
Then they go and they go. Well, I'm saying because I speak from experience because everybody knows that I've been in prison. No, unfortunately I was. I got growing pot. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm a very bad criminal. So
Right before the harvest.
I only had 15,000 plants.
Oh my god.
Damn menace to society over here.
Yeah.
But anyways, you go to prison and you meet like-minded people.
Yep,
And what do like-minded people do? You get together and take notes and exchange notes.
yep.
That's what I did. Oh, this is what I did wrong. Oh, I should have done it that way. Yeah, that's right. See,
It's
this
so
like you
fair.
guys can we communicate, but I'm not going that route. I can't go that route no more.
Yeah.
I'm done. I'm done. You know, I was doing it for all the right reasons, but yet there's people that do it for all the wrong reasons and they get scot free. They get to go do their thing. I was doing it for all the right reasons. Like I was helping people out. I was trying to. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, sad to say, but I was trying to buy a couple houses for a couple people. Anyways, long story short, I was doing it to help people out, and I get screwed. It's true that they say the nice guy always finish last. Well, yeah, that's
Hey,
true.
but we finished to keep going, to get more stronger. A minor
Yeah, I get
setback
up.
for a major comeback.
I fall, I trip, I stumble, I land on my head, my face. I still get up and brush it off and keep pushing because that's all we can do. That's why I got that background right there, which says just keep pushing, don't give up.
Yep.
If anybody could, I'm a living testament to that. I think knowledge, Tim, my brother here, he's seen me at my worst,
Oh yeah.
like bad, and a year later I could be like good again. So I'm very resilient.
Yeah. So just a couple months and you're good again.
Yeah, I'm very resilient. Like I don't know, just very resilient, and I just it sucks that people try to take advantage of other people thinking that they're hmm, just because you don't say anything doesn't mean you don't know, like type shit. So they say, oh, well, he's not saying nothing, so let's just keep taking advantage. But yet, if you, how can I even phrase this? Like, just because a person doesn't say anything doesn't mean he doesn't know or they don't know. And I just wish all that shit would stop. Like, just why do we have to be deceiving? Why do people have to be conniving? Why do people have to be manipulative? Why do people have to be like that? Like, why do they always want to, like I said earlier, they see you down and they just, instead of giving you that helping hand, they'd rather kick you in the nuts.
Yeah.
But I think I'm
Yeah.
getting a little veering off topic here for me.
we don't have a topic.
That's true. It's no topic Thursday.
But
No.
Friday,
Oh, I just came up with that right now.
it's
Nobody want to
no
come up and chat? Come on, you guys.
Friday.
Somebody in chat has to want to come up. I can't just talk to this fool all day or all night.
I know.
Not even letting them talk. I'm just fucking over here talking over them. So
And then you lowered my.
you got the mic, bro. You got the mic.
Oh man. Yeah, but I don't know.
You're right. You're heavy breathing there, buddy.
I know. I was doing my
You need your Pilates.
no my horror voice and stuff. Like, heavy breathing and I don't know.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Oh,
I was hoping I sent out the link to a couple people. I was hoping they'd show up. You know, it's always fun when more people are on panel. Anybody out there? Hint, hint. Come up and join us or shut us up. One of the two.
I know.
It's what, fool? Finish your sentence.
No, I don't want to. I was trying to think of something else while I was talking, and then they got mixed up together, so then I just had to stop it.
Obviously, you're all discombobulated, huh? Are you high?
It was Control Delete.
Put the joint down, okay?
Never.
Man.
It's 4:40 somewhere.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, no, it's not. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, it is. Okay, yeah, it is.
It's 12:57 smoke break.
Hey, you been on Hawks lately, have you?
Yeah, yesterday.
Did you see when he did the peace pipe?
When he did the what?
The peace pipe. He always remember how he used to do at the beginning
yeah.
of his show. He'd always do the peace pipe, and we'd all smoke, you know.
Yeah.
He stopped doing that. I guess it just like I always remind him, hey, what's up with the pipe? And he caught me yesterday. I put it in there and I didn't even highlight his name. I just put Hawk, what's up with the pipe or some shit like that, I said. And then like maybe 20 comments later, he goes, I'll do it after this. And he came back and did it. I like fucking Hawk. I love that motherfucker. He's cool.
Yeah.
Hawk is he's a very, very good man. He helps out a lot of people too. And
yes.
Unfortunately, when he was down and out, I wasn't in the position at that particular moment to help him out because I was in between jobs, and long story short, I was broke. So, well, I'm still broke. I've been broke. I was born broke. What are you talking about? So,
I was like, when did you stop being broke?
Yeah, I know. Anyways, I want to thank if anybody here in chat made a donation to Hawk. I really, really appreciate it, and he's a great man, and he deserves it because I firsthand witnessed him help out a lot of people.
Yeah.
Like I personally know people that he's sent items to, and high dollar items like computers and stuff, just so they could get on here and be able to join the community and be able to do what we do. You know, well, what I used to do. Well, I guess I still do it in a way. I don't know. I'm just in a little rut, I guess. But he got what he needed, and that was awesome. Like everybody banding together and doing that. That was fucking awesome.
Oh.
And we need to see more of that. Yeah. They're burying Margaret on the 5th.
On the 5th?
Yeah. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I can't go. You know, I can't go to funerals anymore.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wig out over there.
You should go for kids.
Yeah, I know. So, when you going back to Fresno?
not sure. I want to go soon, a couple days before Alex has the baby.
When does she have the baby?
Uh, around January 20 something is her due date.
What's up with all the background noise, dude? Where are you? Well, you're in LA, I know that, but
Yeah, I'm in the room.
what
It's
are
just
you doing?
nothing, just the fan blowing on it.
Oh,
I'm just sitting here.
it sounded like a freight train was coming to your house or
Like a
coming
what?
through your house. A freight train.
Oh yeah, no, because I turned toward
The
the thing.
subway's going under your house or some shit.
As far as the airplanes ain't over.
Yeah, but you're not close to LAX, are you?
So we're in the incoming flight path of LAX. They
Oh,
go
okay.
right over our house,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah, 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 yeah. I know. Yeah, Boyle Heights, no?
Yep. Yep, yep, yep. It's like all day, all night. But it's
Well,
good though.
bro, I think we need to end this now, and we'll just hang out backstage. Anybody wants to come up and join us backstage, you're more than welcome to come up and join us backstage. But we're getting a little off topic, and I'm kind of I don't want it to go that route because the simple fact is that I wanted just to get my point of view out on what's going on and what people are seeing or doing, and the information that the people are passing. I think a lot of the big namers out there are full of shit. I don't care if they find out. If I don't care if they confront me. Uh, I think they're full of shit, and that's my personal opinion. I have the right to one.
Yep.
Now, if they say they have intel or they have a source, I'll tell them kiss my ass because they're full of shit. So I don't know. Be
And you
careful
know
who you listen. Go ahead.
you know when every time they give you their info, it's not really anything.
No.
It's just like, come on. Nobody knows what's going on. We won't know what's going on until something actually happens. If it happens. By the way it's going, it's like everybody wants to impeach him. So I don't know where that's going.
Uh, Me personally, how can a fucking illegitimate president get impeached?
Exactly.
Like,
These people, they don't do nothing. They don't. All they talk about is fucking Rona. They the whole border thing. None of them even want to touch it. It's like, but
yeah,
yeah, they're
Texas has
having
to
all these
raise their own
Haitians and
money
stuff.
to enforce their border control.
Yeah,
Like, build their fence. Like, come on.
I don't
You there? Or did we just get booted? Oh, it got
know.
real quiet there for a second. I don't know. Biden, we all know that. Oh, fuck, I said the B word. Oh, shit. That's it.
Brandon.
Yeah. Let's go, Brandon.
Oh
You
man.
know what? I should make a fucking banner that says that shit.
Right.
But we all know. We all know that he really did win the election.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay, buddy.
But yeah, he can't do any kind of press conference or anything from the White House.
That's because he's in the basement, remember?
Right? Or they said it's easier to do it at a sound stage.
It's easier to do it as a soundstage.
Yeah, that way they don't see the teleprompters and shit.
That's how you spell Brandon, right?
Yeah,
Okay, just
that's it.
double checking because it's kind of late and I'm half asleep, so I'm plus. I put it in big words.
I put it in big words. You go. It's in big words.
Big words.
Man.
But
You heard
it's
the whole
time.
battle between the Brandons, the three people that made the songs.
No,
Yeah.
I haven't.
Uh,
I'm telling you, I haven't really been following anything, man. Like everything I see is all fucking shit that we already knew and heard.
oh yeah, I know. I was just talking about the song. That
Yeah, I know.
yeah. So There's
What's the deal with it?
two main dudes that are doing it. They're both cool, and they both have the same name of the song and everything, and they're bickering back and forth. It's like, come on, man. It's good when there's two people that are leading in the charts, and the song is about a sorry ass president.
Yeah. Fuck Joe Biden. Oh shit, I said the right one. Huh? This is supposed to be
Hey,
Brandon. I'm sorry.
that's what it is. Fuck 'em.
Um, all I'm saying is that there's no way in fucking hell that he could possibly win that fucking seat. Like there's no way the office. I mean, there's no way in hell. Like, ah man, yeah, I'm gonna get riled up now for that. But what I don't understand is that, okay, yeah, the Patriots are in control. Okay, the Patriots are in control. Then where in the fuck? Why isn't 45 back in office? Why isn't Brandon in Gitmo? Why isn't the Clintons in Gitmo? Oh, I shouldn't say the C word either. Now they're gonna come over here and fucking assassinate me.
No, they're gonna suicide you.
Suicide beat. But yeah, I'm gonna hang myself off the doorknob.
Oh my god, dude. That's just funny.
So how is it they're not in Gitmo? Like, if all this shit really happened and all this election fraud did take place, well, we know it took place, but they had all this tons of evidence that came out. Well, where is it? Like, why haven't? Yeah, everything takes time, and I know people are gonna say that. I'm probably gonna get a shitload of fucking hate comments on this one, but I don't give a fuck.
Hey,
Where's the evidence? Why haven't we seen anything? Why haven't they been? If it was me that made some kind of fucking fraudulent election for, like, let's say PTA or some shit, I'd be locked the fuck up in a heartbeat. They'd throw me under the fucking prison. Now, why
in
haven't
trouble?
we seen any punishments?
Yep. But
Are you
where
talking to
is
me or are
it?
you talking to somebody else?
I'm talking to you.
Oh, I can't. Go ahead.
No,
Here,
I
I'll
was.
mute my fucking mic now.
Hold on. Hold on.
Anyways, uh, John Dunning. Hey, John, how you doing? I'm just on here ranting and raving, giving throwing my 2 cents in.
I have
Here's
to
the
go
link,
sit in
buddy.
the living room. Yay. Okay.
But I don't know. Yeah, I'm just like the Knicks, man. I want to see more. I want to see things happen yesterday, but it doesn't work that way. We all know that. It doesn't work
Right.
that way. And we probably won't see it for a very. Do you know how long? Okay, just for me, for growing pot, you know how long it took me to go through court?
A while.
Almost a year.
Yeah.
No, I think it was a little bit over a year. But anyways, long story short, just for growing pot. Now this is treason, election fraud, who knows of what else, capital murder. I don't know. There's a bunch of shit that we could throw into it.
All them
Organized crime, you know?
suicides.
Yeah. So how long do you think their trials are gonna take? Hmm.
Well, if it's like tribunal, then it wouldn't take long. But if they're
Yeah,
going
but
through
is it?
that's what we don't know.
Exactly. Oh, I hear
That
LA's
bird.
finest.
You could hear it.
Yeah. You
That's
got a
funny.
notice? You got a notice for this channel? Oh, I think they like my channel. They keep taking it down.
Oh man.
But
Yes. But
I think I'm done with the ranting and raving. Nobody wants to come up here and play with us. They're all scared, like, oh fuck this shit. He cusses too much.
Bad man, bad man.
I'm just upset, you guys. I'm not like that normally. Well, maybe I am, but still, I'm just upset right now. I'm frustrated. I'm tired. I'm sleepy. I had a long day at work. Very long day. Very frustrating. And I just can't seem to unwind right now. So I thought I'd come on here and rant and rave. But
Speaking of unwind, is it 420 yet?
as a matter of fact, no, it's 120. It's
Yeah, no.
4:11 somewhere.
Yeah, probably.
So you got another 10 minutes, another 9 minutes.
So,
Oh,
get him, get him.
10 minutes, another 9. What'd you do?
What'd you do?
Why you keep kicking him out?
There he is. Leave him there.
Hey, John.
What's up?
What's up?
How you
bro?
doing? Why you keep kicking him out? You got your YouTube on.
I got it.
Oh, long time no see, buddy. Or no hear.
How's things going, Solo?
Everything's going good. Everything's actually going really good, tell you the truth. How are things going for you?
Doing good. Can't complain. There's a lot of people going through it worse.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah. Well, I came on today and I just wanted to throw my 2 cents into the mix, and I think I did that today, which this channel probably won't be here tomorrow. So
You've thrown 45 cents in right now.
45?
Yeah. 45.
Yeah, just caught it.
Yeah, you weren't on Hawks Live today?
I seen Hawks live. Wasn't on it.
Oh. Yeah, I stopped by real quick and said hi. Then I took off, and I don't know, I just sat here for a while and I was like, I think I want to do a live.
Anymore, I'm just a spectator.
Yeah, but you're a special spectator. I always enjoy listening to your knowledge. I love picking your brain, as a matter of fact.
It don't take long.
It don't take long.
I got a lot next set. We'll get in there.
But
Yeah,
so
I've been watching a lot of David Martin, Dr. David Martin. He's really knowledgeable, and a lot of good information he has. He's very intelligent, but he's down to earth, and he's kind of like he's really cool. But it's like, you know how Indians are in touch with Earth, Mother Nature,
Yes, we are.
and this type of thing. He's like that, but he's also very intelligent, where like a lot of what's going on, how we can actually fight all this stuff that's going on, because they're hanging themselves by doing what they've done. They've committed all kinds of crimes, and they didn't have the protection that they were hoping to have in place before this all took and happened. So there's a lot going to be happening, and a lot of things you're going to see some changes coming.
Oh, I don't doubt that one bit. Like I seriously, I understand what they're doing. I understand the motive to it. Yeah, you gotta you hand somebody a rope, and it's gonna be their decision whether they turn it into a noose or they're gonna play with it. Jump rope or something. But a lot of people like making a noose out of it. So I completely understand their theology and what they're doing and how they're doing it. But what I was more ranting and raving about is like other big name channels putting a lot of dates and stuff like that out. So that was more my pet peeve. It kind of veered off into other things. I don't know what, but it veered off here and there.
Done yet.
Yeah, we made a couple left hands and right hand turns somewhere, but
I think what
um,
you're seeing too, so on the internet, everybody's turned to the internet because of the way our mainstream media has become. And our mainstream media has became monetized to where, they only show you what their um, investors want you to see and so on and so forth. I think we're seeing that starting to take place on the internet as well. A lot of people are putting out what people want to hear, and they know so long as they do that, their numbers are going to go up. And so
yeah,
that's why you got a lot of people saying, "Oh, Hillary Clinton's going to be executed today down at Gitmo. Gitmo's getting full, and by November the 17th, Joe Biden's going to go to jail, and this is stuff people are like, oh wow, I'll have to watch this tomorrow to get the updates."
exactly. That's exactly what I was talking about earlier. Because I see that happening, and it's driving me nuts. But then again, I could understand because there's a lot of people that are barely opening their eyes right now, and they're barely getting wind of a lot of the stuff going on. So they're hooked, just like I was when this, a while back. Like I was all in, and now I'm seeing information that from a couple of years ago, a year and a half ago, coming out now, and I'm like, well, I kind of like have that in my hard drive, like from a long time ago, but they're trying to pass it off, and that's the thing I'm getting at. That these, especially certain big name channels, and I'm not gonna say names, or I mean no names, but they keep putting information that to me they're misleading people, and all they're doing it is to get ratings and to get likes and to get subscribers and to get ring the bell and and PayPal me and all this buy me a coffee crap. That's the thing that I don't like. Like they're leading people astray, and that's what's driving me nuts. And us as humans, we look for knowledge, but it's so addictive that they'll veer off the path and follow it a different route. And I'm not saying that because I'm just saying it. I'm saying it because I speak from experience. It happened to me. Like I literally fucking started believing somebody else, and when I realized it, I was way off the beaten path.
It all comes down to what you yourself. You know, I only trust God. That's it. Period. I'll listen to everybody. Um, but it's like you take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah, of course. It is 420 now, buddy. Now it's 420.
I've been,
Yep.
man.
Oh, good lord. No, it's good to hear you, John.
Did you
I've
get
been
did you get anything to the better on what all's going on with you solo?
somewhat, yeah, somewhat. We're if you're talking about the whole probation thing, because I just told everybody right now that what was going on. So, if you're talking about that, then yeah, we're still on the path for April to discharge. Like, because I have no strikes, no infractions, no nothing. So there's no reason for them to keep me on. But yet it's the federal government, and they like to reinstate people right before they discharge their number. That way they could keep their. We're cattle. We're numbers. We're a paycheck. If
Right.
they don't have people on probation, then probation officers don't have a job. So it only makes sense.
Well, that's why our society, and this is something too. We live in a system, And it's a system that can be changed. But the people who are profiting off of this system are the ones who don't want us to change anything. Because then they won't have this lavish lifestyle, you know. But at the same time, this is what needs to take place is these people need to come down. Some, I mean, they don't have to be dirt poor, but to come down some so that people, at least we don't have people starving. We don't have people homeless. We don't have, you know, we can take it and invest in clean water, you know, um, getting rid of all this garbage. See, our system is based on everybody working, you know. Look how many people are in the world. So that means you had to have that many jobs. Now, take it for granted, you do have the elderly and the disabled. So you need to take care of these people as well. But with this type of system, you know, we're creating a lot of, we don't have an efficient system. We're spending too much time, too much effort into creating worthless jobs. And some of these jobs are good paying jobs, but they're worthless. We're creating a lot of garbage. Because all we need is food, water, shelter, you know. We don't need all this other crap that we're producing in this, this type of system. And I think that's kind of like what we're going through right now is trying to, I'll say birthing pains, where we're trying to get our system corrected more to a system of less waste, you know, more compassion for humanity, you know, in the world that we live in. There's a lot of efforts going on right now to, like that big pile of crap out in the ocean that spins around.
Oh, I know, that drives me nuts.
And they're cleaning that up now, and I think they're looking at different things. Will we ever get to that point where we know there are different ways to have energy?
Oh yeah.
That doesn't use oil, that doesn't require wind or solar. You know, we know there is that electromagnetic forces that we can actually tap into.
But I've been building one.
Yeah, that they don't want us to do that. Although I believe it's out there. I believe people have actually, you know, Tesla. I believe he actually figured it out.
Yeah.
But they don't want that shit to come out here because, you know, they can't put a meter on it. They can't profit from it.
Exactly. Out here in California, you know, they're trying to put they were trying to put a meter on our wells that we have on our property.
It don't surprise me none.
That is insane. When they came up with that, I'm like, oh, you guys are fucking stupid. Like, how can you really think like groundwater? How are you going to claim that groundwater just because it's in a certain county? They own everything down? No, they only own 16 inches down.
That's like a carbon tax.
Jeez.
You know, I mean, where does it stop? You know, and it's foolish. You know, it's like, come on, people, we can do better. You know, we're in 2021, but yet we're still on a system that was created, you know, hundreds to even thousands of years ago.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, come on, we can do something different. But I think that's a lot of what is taking place now, where people can discuss these things, and it's being brought out. And there's like even this internet, you know, tools for us people to be able to have conversations and to try and figure out some of these things that we've been leaving up to the people in government and these places like that. And we know they don't have our best interest in mind, you know.
No, of course not. It's all because to line certain politicians' pockets, I guess you could say, because it's basically it comes down to the politicians. They're the ones that implement the statute and all that. So who the rich get richer, the poor get poorer, the hungrier get hungrier. Like it's sad because it's just what my topic was earlier is like you are we need to help thy fellow man. That's plain and simple. There's no need. The way I see it, you should be able to work, but you should work. How do I rephrase this? You don't need to work to live. You need to live to work. No, other way around. One of those two. But you get my drift. You should be able to work because you enjoy working, because you want to help people out. You don't have to dread to get up and go to work because, yeah, we have to stay active, of course, because we're human beings. We can't sit idle. And that's when health issues become. But there's ways like just power, for instance. We all band together, we build a dam or whatever, and, there's power for the community. There's ways of doing it if the whole community comes together and as one, but I don't ever see that happening. We're too programmed to hate each other, I guess I could say.
I don't know. I think really it's just the opposite. We are created. We're a creation, and I believe we were created not to hate, not to kill, and it's negative type of energies. I believe we were created for just the opposite, to actually be brothers and be sisters, regardless of where you come from, your color, education, whatever, But we've been misled by these people who use our good nature. That's just like, look at 9/11. Okay, they created a false flag in order to rally the troops. Oh, this will piss them off, and then we can get them to go over and get the oil from, over in the eastern.
Yeah. Let's take control of their oil because we need to protect it. Yeah, I completely get that. And what I was referring to, I wasn't saying that we were born as like that. No, I was saying that we were programmed like that, like throughout society and throughout life, because life and the evil has programmed us to be a certain way when we were actually born to love thy man, but we're programmed to hate thy man now. And it's sad because look at everything that's going on. Just even the riots when they were doing the Portland, like just the Portland thing, for instance, like that's insane. That I don't know, just we need to help each other out and not try and kick each other when we're down.
Right. Yeah. And two, how can we all exist together and even coexist with, the earth that we live on and the nature and all this, so that we all, not only help our fellow man, but we're helping our fellow earth.
Of course.
Of course. And it's kind of like, as a whole, as a big picture, there's the natural energies and natural forces, you might say, to where it's kind of like, if you get in a boat and you get in on a, let's say, the Grand Rapids or something like that, you just ride it out. It's going to go where it wants to go, and you just ride it. You're on it to ride with it, and that's kind of what life is. We can actually change the way we think, change the way we do things, and that, in a sense, is that river. It's creating that river, Then that's like our government, what we see on TV with Joe Biden and all these people. That's just exactly all it is a show, because what's actually driving everything is us. If we buy all, let's say, Volkswagens. Um, we're just going to have a world full of Volkswagens, and the
Hmm.
people who produce Volkswagens will profit, and the people who are in the actual manufacturing will profit off of that. So you just created that part of the river, and that's why the whole wake up thing is, you know, we can make changes just by simply um, getting a hold of our government, because government is only part of it. The other part of it is the private sector, which that's the sector you really don't see a lot on TV about, like BlackRock, Vanguard, State Street, three big,
Pfizer.
yeah, all these bigger corporations, these are the puppet masters. And it's not really one person, like a lot of people say, it's the Rothschilds. No, it's made up of many wealthy people. These are the puppet masters, you know.
No, I completely agree. It's big tech, big corporation, big rich, big pharmaceutical. Anybody, big money are the ones that run this country. We all know that. Like, they're the ones that pay off the politicians to get their laws implemented. They're the ones that get the tax breaks and tax cuts and all that. Because why? Because they're paying off certain. They're in people's pockets. And why? Because they can afford it. They honestly can. And like, just like pharmaceuticals, for instance, like, they're all anti-drug, but yet we're the only country in the world that pushes pharmaceuticals to the consumer through TV commercials, and that's the only people that do it in the world. Like, you don't go to India and they see them advertising Viagra or something like that. No, only the United States does that. Why?
Yeah,
Because we're the biggest consumers of the pharmaceuticals, because we're programmed to take pharmaceuticals when we don't really need pharmaceuticals.
well, that's just like the American system, you know, fast paced and everything, like McDonald's, you know. Everybody wants what they want and they want it now. And then when you talk about pharmaceuticals, it's like, look at just, you know, whether you watch TV or walk down the streets of major cities, look at the obesity. And it's like everybody wants a pill to fix that, you know. Um, Look at the psycho, how our psychic people are depressed and suicidals, and everybody wants a pill to fix that, you know. And, it's kind of like we, as a system, as a whole, are creating and making our system worse by saying, oh, we need laws, we need more laws. And it's like, no, 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 we need less laws, we need more action, you know. We need,
Exactly.
you know, a pill won't fix things. What we need is better food. We need healthier
Uh,
food and eating. You know, we can prevent these things instead of trying to, you know, keep these things in place and then trying to create cures for them. We can do a preventive. It's like eat healthy. Get rid of this GMO and um, you know pesticides and herbicides, and get rid of these chemicals that are poisoning us. If we can do that, we can get rid of 90% of our medical to where it's just dealing with broken bones and things of that nature.
yeah, I completely agree on the whole pesticide and everything. Like, just look at like certain power drinks, like the energy drinks. A lot of them have a chemical that's in antifreeze, and we all know what antifreeze is to the human body. It's very poisonous. It's very lethal. So they're giving a small dosage. Why? Because the way I see it, my personal opinion is that there a lot of these big tech corporations that make certain food items that a lot of them have arsenic. Well, most of our food has arsenic, as a matter of fact. Uh, so you got to think, the food company gets us sick, then we go to the doctor to get healthy. Pharmaceuticals pitch to the doctor the pills. who ends up getting the money in the long run? It all revolves back to the pharmaceuticals. That's the way I see it, at least. Because it's just like a car. You drive a car, you need a mechanic. If you drive a, you need tires, you need a tire shop. Like it's supply and demand.
It's a messed up world, really. You know,
Yeah.
like I said, it's kind of like, you know, when I was in school, when they taught you about the ecosystem of a pond, you know, it goes through processes. Like the frog depends on the fish, and the fish depends on the frog, and then you have the leaves that fall in and create the algae. So it's a network. It's a beautiful thing. The ecosystem of nature, you know. But man has did the same thing with man-made stuff. It's like, okay, we can put arsenic in the food, which is going to cause people to react in this way. Therefore, we can create a medication that will counteract that that was put into the food, and on and on and on, so that they
Yeah.
created this massive amount of work, basically, um, for people to generate income off of. And it's like none of it was necessary.
Nope. None of it was necessary because just like you said, they create one pill to fix one thing, but yet that same pill gives you side effects. So now they have another pill that helps you with those side effects, and so on and so forth. It's like I walked into a friend's house once, and I seen her cabinet, and she had tons of cough syrups and Flonase, just stuff that we shouldn't be taking. And I go, what the hell? I go, you have a whole pharmacy here. She goes, oh, it's like stuff. Doesn't everybody have stuff like this? I'm like, no. Like she had an outrageously amount. Everything was a pill. Everything was go to the doctor or go to the pharmacy and get this and get that. Everything had to do with pharmaceuticals, so it revolves around it. And I showed her the video of, I don't know if you've seen the video where they pulled it, a doctor's pulling something out of a, he was probably in his mid 30s, late 30s, maybe early 40s, probably. I'm saying more like early 40s. But he pulled some kind of tissue out of his nose that was the size of, like, I can't even imagine what its size was. It was humongous, bigger than his nose. Pulled it out, and it's all from Flonase. Like, it's insane what it does to your sinus cavities.
Exactly. And that's just it. You know, a real health system would be like eat more vegetables. Um, let's clean up our food products to where we don't have the GMO and the pesticides and this, and we
Hmm.
actually have real food, clean food. Um, this is a good healthcare system. It's not about the money amount. It's not about, um, you know, doctors creating more medications and uh, doing more human research. We're not big guinea pigs. It's like, well, how can we make a quick buck? You know,
Yeah, it's all about the mighty dollar. That's all it really is. Um, and it's sad because we'll do some pretty awful stuff to other human beings, to our fellow humans and children and all that, just for money. And
exactly.
just like they say, dollar's the root of all evil, and it truly is. Because me personally, I don't need money. I live very, very content without a dollar in my pocket. I don't need it. But you need it to be able to buy certain things or buy fuel. And why? Because we're so accustomed to having certain items in our life. But if you don't have them, you don't need them.
Exactly. It's like, I've been homeless and um, had very little to nothing to live off of, and still, we're in a society that, in the United States anyway, we're spoiled. You know, you look at some of these other countries, and it's like, they're hurting, they're struggling. You know,
Yeah, that they are. But then a lot of them are struggling, but they're still living more peacefully than we are.
Oh
I don't
yeah,
know.
I was watching one on Africa and the slums of Africa,
Mhm.
and they were walking through, and I mean, it was just basically like oh, real rundown conditions, but the people were happy.
Yep.
And the guy was even asking the girls, "What do you like about, this area?" And they were like, "The people, you know, the people are friendly." And too, I think that's where you find the strongest humanity, to where people look out for each other and help each other, and that's the way we're supposed to be.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sorry, I had to step outside real quick because I just heard a heavy thud of a helicopter, like a Black Hawk or something, flying over. Never heard it around here before.
Hey,
Is it
bro.
daylight there?
No, it's dark, so I can't see it. If it's flying blacked out. Well, it is flying because I could hear the. You could distinguish a Black Hawk from let's say a Bell, like
Right.
a smaller helicopter. So, uh,
Bro, can you hear me?
yeah,
Oh, okay. I'm gonna hop on out. That last break got me. I just fell asleep right now. So
I heard you snoring. I was about to mute you.
yeah, I was like, what the hell? So I'm gonna hop off.
All
Um,
right.
but yeah, tomorrow hit me up whenever we go. I'll be
Yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah. We'll probably start doing these little hangouts every night because, I need them just as much as the next man needs them because it's a like, I don't know, get stuff off my chest type thing, and I'm a vent. Unless they take the channel down tonight or tomorrow, so then we won't be here. But you have a good night, bro. Love
All
you.
right, bro. All right, John. I'll talk to you later, man.
Good meeting you, man.
Oh yeah. All right, bro. Love you. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right. You want me to boot you? Oh, okay.
Where's JoJo?
I believe JoJo might be asleep. I don't know. So yeah, I tried getting a hold of her earlier, and she was tired. I was tired, and I went to Hawks Live, and by the time I got back, she was gone. So I think she's out. She might be showing up any minute though. She's been asleep for a while.
Yeah, yeah. I watched Hawk, and then I went back into the YouTube main page, I guess, and I
Mhm.
saw I saw you was live, so I figured, I'll see how.
Well, thank you for stopping by. Like I said, I always enjoy conversating with you. You always you always shed light on topics. Like, you give me a different perspective of it. Like, I'll see it one way, and then you'll come in and you give me these different points. Like, oh, okay, I didn't even think about that one, which always makes sense.
There's there's that way with everything. I mean, you
Mhm.
know, whatever subject you can look at and say, hey, you know, you can look at it from all different uh, aspects, and that's something too that I think with this great awakening is it's getting people back to where we use our minds again.
Yeah.
Because I think for just so long we just went along, you know, and that's like right now, people who are starting to look at things different and see things and look up things and stuff like that. You know, it's kind of like the sleepers, and um, you know, it's created a division. But I believe this is something we can get over. It's just um, everybody has to realize, there was a good example that David Martin used was a beach ball, which had a lot of different colors on it. Some people, when they're looking at it from over here, would say, well, that's a blue. the beach ball is blue because all they're seeing is the blue strip. But if you walk over to the other side, it's like, wow, it's yellow. Then if you walk around further, it's like, oh, it's green, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And that's the way everything is in life. Some people just see it differently because they're looking at it from a different advantage or perspective.
Perspective, yeah. It's just like the whole saying, tomatoes, or the glass is half empty or half full type thing. So it's same concept. Yes, I completely get that. I just I don't know. I tend to overthink a lot of things, and I think that's my downfall. So I'm been trying to control that part of my mind, I guess, because I put too much into things and I start analyzing. And Virgo, Libra, we do that kind of stuff. So I always really, I'll sit here and I'll analyze something and I'll look at it from every single angle, but yet I won't look at it from the right angle. I don't know if I made sense there.
I know what you're saying. That's kind of like oh, sometimes it's not really a logical thing.
Hmm.
It's what would be a moral or spiritual, these type of things.
Yeah, it's kind of like over engineering something,
Right.
make it simple, stupid type thing. So yeah, same concept, but I don't know. And I think that's been my biggest downfall. That's probably one of my main weaknesses that I'm trying to control, and that's my little battle I have going on right now. But
And
we'll
two,
get through it.
we're used to um, people in the system that we're in. A lot of what is in our system is nothing but lies,
Hmm.
and we try to make sense out of it. Well, you can't really make sense out of something that is senseless. You know, it's just a bunch of words and a bunch of lies thrown together to try to convince everybody that, hey, this is the way it should be. You know, that's just like science and scientific. The reading a document on um, the whole jab. It's
Hmm.
like reading all the scientific and everything like that. You get into where it's like, like they say, we used the number 16 for the variable of the X factor in this because 16 is the hypothetical number and so it's kind of like basically it's all guesswork. There's no
Yeah,
facts. There's no facts in this.
exactly. We just put out information, like, yeah. I mean, I'm not even gonna say anything because I was already veering off topic there. I don't know. We're gonna get through it. I know we're gonna get through it. I know things are gonna be for the best. Uh, I just hope they don't turn bad over one stupid decision that one person makes. Because, like I was telling people earlier, I was in somebody's chat yesterday. I'm not gonna mention any names, but they were talking about civil war, and I commented to them and I told them, no, that's the last thing we need. Like that's all bad. Like we don't want civil war. And I was about to type in we need a revolution, but yeah, a revolution we need. That's when we overpower and take the government. Civil war is when people die, and we don't want people dying. So
Exactly.
that's what people don't seem to understand the difference between certain things. Like you could say certain words, but they could mean a completely different thing.
Well, and two, it could be like when you watch these politicians right now, they're hanging themselves.
Hmm.
You know, Fauci, the CDC, the HIS, all these agencies, they're hanging themselves right now. And it's like, what are we to do? I think it's learn to realize, just realize, you know, um, this has become a system of criminals.
Yeah.
And how do you correct it? You know, is it, did it go back as far as to when the whole system itself was created? You know, like our Declaration of Independence and all these things, where they just put out there to keep us, um, from realizing what they're really doing, which that's kind of like the indications, because if you read the current present day Constitution, it's not even complete.
Yeah.
You know, it's like they got so far and then it's like, oh, screw it, we ain't going to go buy it anyway.
Yeah. They ain't gonna read this far anyways. Why don't you stop?
And I
So
think that's exactly what it's like. Screw it.
you know, they're more criminal than the criminals. Put it that way. Like there's some criminals. Certain criminals still have morals. I don't think these people have morals.
No, that's just it. Even criminals um, have good intentions. The only thing is, like the mafia or the mob and everything like that. After World War One, the United States was in a bad place financially and
Mm-hmm.
really didn't have a good structure in place. And they actually turned to the mafia and the mob because they controlled the docks, they controlled the unions, they had a structure in place. So the people in the government kind of made a deal with these people, saying, "Hey, look, you know, we need somebody who can help us with the docks and keeping things flowing in the U.S. and and that was the
Yeah.
mafia, you know,
Yeah, they needed the organized crime to organize the government.
right? But you call it organized crime, but at the same time, what was it? Like you look at New York, you know, it's kind of like they put a system in place, but it was one with rules, and um, it was kind of like if you don't pay, we're going to break your leg,
Yeah.
you know, which is kind of like a system that is just, you know, so long as they don't get greedy. I mean, because
Exactly.
in the system we have to, well, we don't have to, but it should be where the people can determine, do we want to have good roads? Do we want to have good waste disposal? Do we want clean water? Instead of leaving it up to a group of people to supposedly make those decisions for us.
Yeah.
And
So
we,
it's not like it's not like where you could send the school like $500,000 for a set of books, and then the $500,000 just like disappear and no books.
hey, JoJo,
Hey, Jojo.
yeah, and that's just like, look at right now. This Trump signed, what was it, a $6 trillion bill, and now they're basically borrowing money is what the government's doing, and then they're deciding, okay, well, we're going to help the airlines out because most of them wealthy people fly everywhere. There is some, you know, like for cargo and stuff like that, that benefits the people, but very little. It's mostly for them people. You know,
Uh-huh.
they've helped the Ford Motor Companies. They've helped all these things like that, which is keeping the people enslaved and working. Why didn't they take that same amount of money and distribute it amongst the people, and then the people could decide whether we want to keep the airports running or what part of the airports, you know? Um, we can uh, decide whether we want to invest in the roads in our area. We can decide. You see, we didn't get that. All we got was the bill.
Yeah, exactly. Taxation without representation. the you know the I've seen it even when I was in prison. I was in the federal prison. Okay, I was one of the workers in prison where I did a lot of the construction work. I did HVAC and welding, and I was doing pretty much maintenance on the whole facility. So I would see how they would get their budgets. So they would get their budget, let's say X amount of dollars, 100 grand for one department. Let's say the welding department. If they didn't use that 100 grand within, let's say, 8 months, I think it was, or something like that. If they didn't use every single penny of it by 8 months, they didn't get another grant. So I would see some mass spending on some stupid crap just to be able to get their money. So they'd have to spend all this money to be able to get more money, which makes sense, but it doesn't make sense how they were just wasting it. Instead of like, okay, well, you didn't use that much. Okay, that's good. And we'll just add a little bit less this time because you still have some left over, you know? No, it was either all or nothing. And that's insane.
Well, not only that, the whole legal system. It was actually Joe Biden who pushed a bill, the Crimes Act, or I can't think of the exact name of that bill. But what it did was it told every state to gave them money to create prisons, federal prisons
Yeah.
in each state, and funded it.
Yeah, I was in one of those.
And then, well, then it's up to the states to keep them full because they get money for every prisoner in there.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, if somebody was chewing a piece of gum wrong, they could throw them in prison because there's 46,000 laws and regulations that they can throw at you.
Exactly. And you know who's at fault at that? We the people. We're the ones that signed those bills into law. We're the ones that approved them on voting, and we're the ones that, because we didn't look into them. I know I'm guilty of not really looking into it. I just see the cover sheet, and oh yeah, that sounds good. But you don't look what's behind the cover sheet. I know, at least I don't.
Well, we went wrong. We trusted them.
Yeah, exactly.
And even today, look how many people are still trusting these people, and they've gotten smarter. It's like, okay, let's make up a 500-page bill, and then we can tuck and knit and stick some pieces in here and use some words here, and to where you have to be a doctorate in
professor.
Yeah,
You have to have your master's just to be able to understand it. Yeah, no, that's insane. It's just like something on the big C bill. They had some kind of stipulation for something. I don't remember. That's why I didn't want to say it, but it's some stipulation that they had in there that nobody wanted, but it was like hidden in like page number 5,000 under subsection C, paragraph 2 or some crap like that. It was like buried. Like it took them weeks to be able to find it.
Exactly. And our system should be very simple. It should be right or wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right or wrong, or is that good or bad? Simple, point blank. Instead of, well, we have to look at section 6 of paragraph 14 of subsection 6 in title 13 of the. It's like, what this shit, man? It's like,
yeah, you need a roadmap just to find it. Oh, good Lord.
that's why I say, it's messed up, man. And I think that's the only way we're going to get out of this mess is for people to realize what a mess it is.
Exactly. But people need to do their own research and not just run with like, don't take what we're saying for granted or don't take what we're saying and run with it. Like, no, verify it, like that's all I want. I just want people to, hey, if you hear something and something doesn't feel right, doesn't fit right in your stomach, look into it, because researching is really not all that hard to be able to find the accurate information. If it has something to do with pharmaceuticals, then go to the CDC. You know, go to the pharmaceutical company themselves. It's all public information. You just gotta hunt for it and dig.
Well, and two, that's just like, and it's really simple. Our way we are as humans, word of mouth is the biggest influence there is we can have on society. That's just like, say, if their local doctor um, kills someone, um, and then people talk about it, you know, pretty soon that doctor's out of business.
Well, yeah. Not only that, you got to think about it this way: if they talk about it, by the time it ends, he done raped it, then did all kinds of stuff before he killed it. You know, the story does change by word of mouth as well.
Well, exactly. But that's one thing. At least, like research and all this, it's like, how do you ever know what's the truth?
Exactly.
And that's why, like with me, I read, I find documents, videos, and this and that. And I'm kind of like, well, look at this, or watch this, read
Hmm.
this. You know, I don't want people to base their beliefs off of mine.
Yeah.
I want to try to encourage them to look into it and here, read this, or maybe this would get them started on their journey of research and thinking again.
Yeah. Exactly. That's all. That's all I ask. Like that's what I really want people. Like I said at the beginning of the show. Like if you're not awake by now, I'm sorry, but there's probably no hope for you anymore because it's so out there that how can you not see it? Like I talk to people still to this day, and they still don't know nothing about elections. Like they refuse to even listen to it because they're so stuck that Joe, Brandon, Biden, whatever you want to call him, won. So they're stuck on that, and that's all they see. They have tunnel vision, and they plain refuse to see it. So how are you going to change the mindset of somebody like that? You just can't. You just can't. They're going to believe what they believe, and that's it. Simple. And honestly, who are we to be able to change anybody's mindset? If that man believes the color, let's say they're looking at yellow, and he says it's green, well, fuck it, it's green. That's what he believes. That's what we are. So if you're not awake and you don't realize it by now, then I'm sorry. More power to you. Good luck and see you on the flip because you're not. I'm not going to sit here and preach to anybody about anything that they should already know everything. You kind of understand what I mean?
Well, but at the same time, it's kind of like have faith in your human brothers and sisters. You
I
know,
do
there's a lot of
to a certain
people out
extent.
there who are they get up in the morning, they go to work, they come home, they might watch a little. They're not aware of things. Okay, um,
Hmm.
we, you know, it's not so much to try to change people's minds or their opinions or their beliefs. It's like, hey, you know, there's something going on, and we need to all get over our petty differences.
Yep.
Yeah. Um, and that's just like, I know a lot of these people, we say, oh, they're not awake, they're never going to wake. Well, maybe it's not so much waking up, but don't let that tear us apart, you
I'm
know?
not saying it for it to tear us apart. I'm saying it to band everybody else together so we can be able to come together to be able to vote these politicians out of office. Because if we don't band together and vote them out of office, then how are we going to take over the government? Not really take over the government. I shouldn't even say that because we're not taking over the government. We're just voting our bad politicians out of office. And it's not really me. See, I have a bad problem with trying to word things and I use the wrong word so it sounds different.
But I know what you're saying.
Yeah, like I don't. I lost it. I can't figure out how to. I see it in my brain. I just can't spit it out of my mouth.
But even that, like I know what you're saying as far as
Yeah,
we need change,
we do.
and a lot of it is I think we're sitting here saying, okay, we need to vote these people out, we need to do this, we need to do that. I think if everybody starts looking at this in their own way, in their own views, eventually people are going to start to say, okay, we need change. What can we do different? We might find that even the current system we have with whether it be politics or our justice system or whatever, there might be something totally different we can do. And as a collective group of people, we could say, look, this ain't working. What if um, we do something different? Um, let's get rid of all these laws and regulations. Let's start over. You know, um, what our forefathers had created has become corrupt. Okay, now we can use that and say, okay, let's take what worked out of it and let's create something better, different. You know.
I
Um,
wish it was that easy.
oh yeah, and what I'm saying is easy to say it, but like I said, and maybe the only way these things can happen is through time and for people to start to talk and and rationalize and um, debate things. You know,
No, I completely agree. Like it's pretty much what I was trying to say in a nutshell, but I just couldn't picture it. But we just need to come together and like I said, Jojo said it just she just said it perfect right now. Where we go one, we go all. You know, we should all band together and we all help each other out, then we'll be fine. But then there's those people that just plain refuse to see what they want to see. But yet, I know a few personally that see it opposite of what we see, but yet they still troll. Why? Because they're curious, but they refuse to acknowledge it. They just want to know what the hell is going on, you know. And what's the point of like? What's the point of it? Obviously, you must know something if you trolling, you know.
well, and two, a lot of people are indoctrinated. You know, we were taught, and not only taught in school, but in life. You know, this is the way things is. This is the way it's been for forever, and uh, you need to accept it. Well, now we're getting to the point where it's like, wow, why do we want to keep staying in this type of life? And it's only getting worse.
Yep.
You know, we need to do something. And I think that is just it. We need to do something, and it's kind of like we're in a mass wake up around the world saying we need to do something. You know,
But
these
how
these
long?
people
Go ahead.
these people that's been in control. They're control freaks. They're wealthy people. They're, you know, um, we need to. Um, it's up to us to make change because no matter how much money they have or how much influence or power they think they have, we have the power as a massive amount of people. We can make these changes.
It's funny that you say that because yes, that's the way it is. That's the way it's supposed to be. We, the people. But honestly, we've been programmed throughout our lifetime with movies, TV, media, everything, radio. Everything has programmed us otherwise to think that we even have any bit of power. You could, any normal citizen will not stand up against government because they are afraid that there's going to be repercussions, and the government made it very blazingly clear that there will, with all the program that they did throughout their throughout TV's history. Just put it that way.
Oh yeah, exactly. I mean, but the good news is, the morning JoJo. The good news is, did you knock her out?
No. She fell out.
No.
She bumped her head on the dark threshold and fell back.
The good news is, with the available technology, even right now, a few years ago, I wouldn't have been able to talk to you or JoJo or Hawk or any of these other people. It's like, wow, this might be the time. These are the tools. And like you said, I don't want to stand up against the government by myself, but eventually there's going to be enough people to where, and they're going to, I think what they're trying to do is get the people to stand up, get the people to come together. And that's why they're doing these stupid things,
But how long do you think that's going to last if they don't start showing a little bit of evidence or a little bit of something? Actually, they've been showing little hints. Like I've been seeing stuff in the media, mainstream, talking about certain items that they didn't acknowledge before. So yeah, I see little bits and crumbs, but how long do you think the faith is gonna last if people don't see some kind of progress in what they're fighting for? So like we're fighting, us patriots, we're fighting for what we're fighting for, and a lot of us are getting discouraged. I'm including myself because I'm one of them too.
Well, you're getting discouraged in one way, but you're getting encouraged in another. That's like everybody.
Didn't think about it that way.
We've been watching everything and different things going on, and it's like everybody has gotten to the point where it's kind of like we want Trump to come back and save us. We want this and we want that, but Trump himself said he's giving it back to the people. Him and the people behind him want the people to have their society back, and it's not going to be where this somebody's going to ride in on a white horse, until the end days. And then Jesus, yes, but as far as coming in and taking over our government and this and that, it's up to the people. I think right now everything's kind of like on hold. The military can't come in because they're corrupt. And then we'd have a civil or a war against our own military.
No, we don't want that.
Right.
We don't want Americans dying, and that's the last thing we want.
And I think that's where we are. As far as everybody, we all know every war we've been in could have been prevented.
Mm-hmm.
We've got Arlington Cemetery, the largest cemetery in the world, is full of people who have died for causes that they believed and we believed. So it wasn't a lost thing, but or unhonorable. They died honorable.
No. Yeah, of course.
But we could have done things different. Our Civil War.
They shouldn't have died. Put it that way.
Right. I mean, we should have been more aware of what was going on, but we didn't have the technology we have now. Now we are starting to realize these things, and I believe every human being on this planet is saying, look, the forces that's been guiding us into wars and leaving people in poverty and destroying this world, we as a collective people can do something different, and it's going to take some time. It's going to take time for everybody to get educated and start to figure out, and not to try to be the single hero, because it's like, we can't do it by ourselves, That's like, I can't go take on the government. You
Oh, of
can't.
course not.
JoJo can't. But
Uh-uh.
pretty soon we're going to have enough people who have enough knowledge or insight to stand our ground. And two, as we watch, we might start, as we're learning and this and that, we might see, oh wow, like the FBI. I believe they shut it down in D.C. and moved it to Virginia. You know, I believe there's a lot of things going on behind the system where um, there is this massive group of people who have been waking up for years behind this saying, okay, now we can take this down. This needs to go. This needs to go, you know, and they're trying to get it back to the people. It's like we're fighting this battle from two ends and we're coming together, you know?
Yeah.
Definitely an uphill battle.
Yeah.
I
But
don't
that's
know. I
just,
just
you
go
know,
ahead.
that's just like, um, it's always been, the people at the top, the pyramid structure is what we can envision, and you got the top 1%. Um, well, what if we flip that over to where the majority now will have a say so, will be able, and I believe they are trying to get a system in place that is unbreachable, you know, whether it be paper ballots or whatever, um, to get it to where we can and we have more of a say so. That's like on abortion, you know. Let the people decide. They're
Well,
up
of
there.
course.
They're up there fighting and bickering and this and that and this and that. And not only that, should it even be a political issue? You know, um, and instead of everybody funding it and what have you, it's like I said, we need to let this river flow. You know, I think there's enough people who um, we can do stuff as far as education and different things to where it's a preventive measure more so than okay, now let's deal with this and let's kill a child. It's kind of like our health issues. We can prevent by eating healthy and doing things like that, and instead of taking pills and this and have you, you know. And that's why I say, as far as like our morals and stuff like that, we can do preventive measures. As like as a society, um, you know, do we want to allow pornography on TV? Do we want to allow pornography on our computers? You know, um,
Yeah.
do these are all things we can do to get our what it is to be a human back. You know,
Yeah. You know, I don't. How can I say this? I don't feel that. Yeah, just like you were saying, abortion, they should be everybody's own personal right or opinion. Yes, the government should not be involved. Yes, I agree on that. Do I agree to that? No, I don't. I strictly do not agree to that because that's no. So, anyways, that's a whole different story for a different topic. But yes, everybody should have their own right to be able to choose for themselves. Yes, just like right now they're putting the mandate where the vaccine, whatever you want to call it, the fucking shot, whatever. They're mandating certain people to do certain things, and when they refuse, they lose their job. Why? Because now they're trying to choke them out so that they have to get that vaccine, and that's ridiculous to me. Because how can you force somebody to do something to their body that they don't plainly want to do? Like, that's not right.
exactly. You
Yeah,
know,
Our body, our choice, but only when it's convenient for them.
Exactly.
And that's why I say a lot of where we are, it's just a matter of, a lot of it is just education. It's truth. Get the truth out. Instead of having an agenda behind what's going on, have the truth put out. You know, that's like, so the children can grow up knowing the consequences of, if I do this, then this is going to happen, um, and not be supported by somebody who's going to make a profit off of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they think we can't handle the truth.
There you go. They think we're stupid, and they need to govern us. you know and that's why I say that's the stupidest thing I ever heard of, is why should I pretend to elect somebody who's going to make a decision for me? you know and chances are it's a millionaire trying to tell me how to live my life.
I don't know. I see it that we should not have leaders. We should have mouthpieces. They should be people that work for us that just relay our voice up. That's what the politicians are supposed to be. They're just supposed to be a mouthpiece for the human, for we the people. That's it. They're not supposed to be able to dictate. They're not supposed to be able to implement. They're not supposed to be able to say what the hell happens, especially in your own home or your own work or with your own family or your own body. They don't have no right to do that. They should just be listening to us and relaying our message up the food chain, or well, however you want to put it. But they're just a mouthpiece. That's the way I see it, but that's not how it is. We, the people, have given them too much fucking power, and we need to take that fucking power back.
Let's go, Brandon.
FJ, or what is it? FJB?
Yeah.
Yep. FJB.
Yeah, there's
So,
just
yeah.
so many, and I think knowledge is that's the biggest thing. Is as people start realizing things and getting to know things, and that's partly, us. We want to say, oh, these sleepers over here, but it's like, don't let that keep you from talking to them.
No, of course not. No.
But
Yeah.
it has brought division where, a lot of people are saying, well, my kids won't talk to me, or my kids think I'm crazy and this and that, or what have you. It's like, well, don't let that stop you from being, a friend or a parent, or, whatever. We just agree to disagree.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they've been trying to muzzle us for too long. They even try to do it with those masks.
Yeah. That's symbolic. But there's people, I'm 100% convinced there are people who, if you get a chance, look up John Galt. There was a book written, and this was back many years ago, that how we are as a society and how the system itself was designed by people who will profit from this system. And we, the people, we need to stand up. The true purpose of the government should have been to protect our rights and our freedoms. Period. That's it. If you look through the documents, the Constitution, different things like that, we were never to have a standing military force.
We're supposed to, militia.
Yeah, that could assemble, at the threat of war, But look how the military-industrial complex has become, because you've had military people who, they, and it all goes down to creating work, creating jobs, keeping people busy, because we don't want to have what they call a communist or a socialist society where people just get money just because they need money. It's like,
Yeah.
oh no, we can't do that. That's bad. That's bad. It's like we can make a dime worth $1 million if we want to. It's just by saying, okay, now a dime's going to be worth $1 million.
Well, we just
This
had the wrong people in the right places.
right.
Yeah,
We
and they
can
made the mighty dollar something that we need to survive. You need money to survive. Like you have to do. So,
we don't need money. We need water, food, shelter. You
no,
know,
I understand that. But
you
that's
know,
what they make it seem like we need the dollar to be able to survive.
right,
Without the dollar, you're homeless. You're
right.
with no food. You're with no water. That's what they made it seem like. So,
That's the reality, but it's still an illusion at the same time. That's just
yeah.
like, why would you buy a drill? Is it because
Why?
you want a drill?
No, it's because I need it.
It's because you want a hole.
A hole, huh?
Yeah, that's what a drill. Isn't that what a drill's for?
No, it screws too.
Well, you
In
you get
fast pace.
but you get my point.
I do.
2 speeds.
Yeah, don't talk about the rotary hammer action now.
Well, I was gonna say they got the jackhammer too, right? That messes some stuff up.
Now you're getting weird.
Yeah, I know. I was gonna say something, but thank you for John for.
Well, we need a wrecking ball is what we really need. Just come in here and destroy this old system and
Knock
have
the
a
whole
create a
thing
new one.
down.
Create a new one.
But that it is exactly what we need to do. But how do we do that without killing everybody in the world?
Yeah. Well, I think this war has probably had less casualties than a lot of them. And, but it's just that's the unfortunate part is there's a casualty and even one's too many.
But look at the whole thing when it came out. They were putting everything under one title. If you got hit by a car and you tested, well, you are now put under this. This did it instead of the car wreck. So all the numbers are being manipulated.
I'll be right back, you guys.
That's the same thing with everything. Who controls all these numbers? The news, the media. It's like there's a lot going on now. We just don't know it because now I think they're using the same thing that they used against us to help us.
Right. Well, just like any good movie, we're always rooting for the underdog.
Right.
And
that's us.
The good will prevail. I do believe it.
I
just
do
got
too.
Go through all this tragedy first, I guess, just to see what, it's kind of like you never know what you got until it's gone. And I think that's kind of where we're at. It's just you don't know what you got till it's gone.
And I think that's it, to make everybody start to think about things. And, that's just like everybody's, save the children, which, yes, okay, absolutely. But yet, when you start seeing these children coming across the border, it's like, send them back. It's like, what happened to save the children?
Yeah, right.
It's like, oh, because they're not your children. Or, we've narrowed it down to where our children are just the children in this country or our state or our community, when children are children regardless.
Yeah, and they definitely need to be children. Like, they're making them grow up too fast. It seems like, I don't know. I know I've got 2 30-year-old midgets.
Right.
So, to me, it's just like, it's amazing how more adult-like, they are becoming because they're having to learn everything so fast. Like, the way technology is with, these telegrams and different ones, everything's like a few seconds. Like, you only got a few seconds to absorb it.
And that's just like with me, I'm 58 years old, and it's like I've been indoctrinated, and I've lived in this system to where a lot of new things, it's kind of like I'm really skeptical about, you know, which I think that's the way we should be, you know. Not to say some of this new stuff is bad, but it could have bad repercussions.
Yeah.
You know, that's just like with the cell phones and or the smartphones. It's like, you know, people, families get together and everybody's sitting in their own little spot texting and watching games. And it's like there's no interaction going on between people.
Yeah, something that was designed to try to bring us together to connect us more, and it's actually separated us because now we're staring at a screen instead of somebody's face.
Exactly. But then again, like I said, I would have never met you or talked to you or solo or, you know, anybody really.
Yeah. Well, when used in a right manner, it could be for the good, for sure.
Right.
I mean, it has allowed us to meet people. Like, we've met people from all over, especially being in Pal Talk. It was like, wow, you're meeting
Right.
people from Ireland and England and just anywhere.
Exactly. That's what I say, you know. And it's kind of like I always use the comparison like a gun, you know. A gun will not hurt nobody by itself, you know. I mean, you can set it on your table and it'll never hurt nobody until somebody gets a hold of it, you know. And that's the way our internet is, and our we see how the news and corporations and this and that, it's who's behind it that makes it, whether it's good or bad.
Right? It's like when you do research on these search engines, you have to go like 5, 10 pages deep because
Right.
the first 5 pages is basically paid advertising telling you what they want you to hear and see.
And that's something, you know, we have to be careful of because we want to implement this technology into our way of life, you know, like AI technology and this advanced stuff. But in a sense, that's like, let's say we use AI technology to figure out a lot of things for us. It, it's good, but it could be bad because it doesn't have the human element to it. And that's just like, you know, um, using AI technology, let's say how the globalists want to look at and figure on population. You know, it's like, well, per square, um, you know, how many people versus this and that. Well, even the Georgia Guidestone says we need to keep our population at this number. How did they,
Exactly.
you know, how did they come up with that? Did they use AI technology? Did they, you know, is this what their calculations? When it's like, as a human race, you know, if we see that we can, there's more land that we just do not use. We don't utilize it. I mean,
They don't
look,
allow us to use it though. They
there
keep
you
us out.
go. Exactly.
Like, what was it? Isn't it the Atlantic or the Arctic where they don't want us to go?
Yeah, the
Or,
Antarctic.
mhm. Or my main frustration is they flip things. Like, they turn everything backwards. Like, we try to come up with something good, and then they'll come up with something bad. They'll they'll introvert it type,
All right, right.
and that's why I think has got us into this state that we're in right now. Because here we're just trying to find something good, and they want to flip it into something that it's not. It's like,
Well, that's because anything good, they can't profit off of. You know,
Yeah.
that's just
yeah,
like the GMO and different. It's all for profit. You know, in order to feed the world, we don't need to genetically modify our products. What
No,
we
of course
need to
not.
do is just plant more, grow more. You know,
Yep.
use some of this land that they got sectioned off to make it look like we've got a global population problem.
You know, I live in California, right in the Central Valley. Well, Northern Valley. Well, Northern Central, but we're like right on the border. But anyways, agricultural like crazy. Everybody grows something around here. And there's farms everywhere you look. A lot of grape vineyards. I see a lot of that crap, just like not crap, but I mean like they're taking over the land. They're reclaiming the agricultural land and making apartments. And a lot of those apartments just sit vacant. Like there's apartment complexes that are vacant, but they've taken the farmland, so now they can't grow crops like they used to. The water, supposedly the water's bad. We don't even know. Like it's just they're trying to choke us out. That's what they're trying to do.
Exactly. Well, that's just like here in Indiana. I grew up here all my life. And, you know, there used to be farms everywhere. Milk farms, beef cattle, pigs, chickens, you know, along with agriculture as far as corn, soybeans. Tobacco was a big cash crop here.
Yeah.
But in the 80s, maybe the late 80s, the government went through and paid farmers not to milk. And then they paid, then they sold their cattle. So now you got these milk farms that were, you know, hundreds of acres that's just sitting, going, you know, nothing. And the same thing with all of them. And it's like they sent them out west to where you have cattle ranchers with thousands of cattle. And they're pumping them full of steroids and antibiotics and everything like that to get them to grow faster and supposedly healthier. Well, now we're eating that meat.
Exactly.
You know,
Why do you, all the pumping them with hormones, growth hormones, which we consume? Now look at our children. Like my daughter, she looks like she's 15 and she's only 10. You know,
right.
Kind of get my drift. Like it's insane. Like.
Right. And look at our bellies. We're, you know, everybody's becoming obese. You know, and we've really not changed our eating habits. It's just all the chemicals and the products and stuff like that in these foods, you know.
Well, it's always, you know, something that makes you more thirsty or more hungry too. Like you try to, you think you're drinking something to quench your thirst, and it's actually just making you more thirsty.
Right. And then everybody runs to the doctor, and the doctor says, "Well, here's a pill, or you need a shot."
Yeah. Here, we'll give you this pill to help you with that, but you got to take another pill to help with the side effects for that pill. So, like, yeah, I think we talked about this earlier.
Well, we've definitely talked about it before. It's a chain reaction. Here's a pill to cure one thing, but hey, there's about 10 things behind it that it could cause, and I have to tell you that because it's, you know, full disclosure.
Yeah.
And then, okay.
Cancer in 50 years.
So, and then a few years go by, you get on a regimen of it. They, you know, monitor your dosages, whatever, and then before you know it, it's causing another problem. And then, oh, well, it caused this, so now we got to prescribe you this. That's why I've been trying to tell people about these guinea pig free, you know, free healthcare. It's a great concept because, yeah, you know, we deserve to be healthy, but you're being a guinea pig because they're just, that's how they test things. That's just how they see what works and what don't. And more times than not, they're going with what don't work because it's profit.
Well, it's one move, and then you got to make a counter move, you know. And it's kind of like, you know, can you actually say it was the doctors trying to kill us and this and that? Well, it's kind of like, okay, the chemical company makes Roundup, and they put that into use and out into the public. Well, now people are getting sick. So now the doctors have to figure out how to cure that when they don't even really know what caused it. And so they, you know, and it becomes a chain reaction. But
Well, yeah.
It's like, But is it actually, a lot of people are saying, oh, the Agenda 21, depopulation. I think really they didn't really even need that because just people's greed, the way a lot of people are, it actually makes that a true statement. We're killing ourselves.
No, that's what I was getting ready to say. I was going to say they should have just left it up to us. Like, we'll weed ourselves out. We don't need their help.
Right.
Whether
Because
whether it's old age or whatever, like, we would have weeded ourselves out.
I think we're doing a pretty damn good job of it right now.
and that's just like this whole thing that's going on. Yes, there was a lot of deaths, but these were deaths that happen every year. If you pull up and look at the death rate, I think it goes back as far as like 1953 to
Didn't it
present
actually
day.
go down?
It stays at about 1% or a 0.5% per year, where it goes up, or maybe every 3 years it'd go up 1% or something. But even through the different pandemics that we've had, that's like there was a pandemic when Woodstock took place. There was a pandemic in 80, what was it? 89. There was a pandemic, but we never shut nothing down. It was
I'm
like,
trying to remember that one.
but
There's been too many.
looking at the numbers,
Yeah.
there was no, and even in 20, I think it went up to 2020. Even in 2020, there was no raise in death rates. Not a significant spike or anything like that. It's like, okay, so they control the numbers, and we do have a health problem, but it's not so much. It's something like I said. It's in our food. The way we eat. It's things that we can do better. You know, um, it's like if we stop buying GMO products. You know, um, there are a lot of things we can do in a oh in a way where it's not collapsing the system. We don't all die in order to do it.
Yeah, but then you gotta. Well, if we stop certain, let's just say pesticides, for instance, then that means truckers and unions are going to start fighting back because now they're out of jobs because they can't transport that pesticide. So it's how do we beat all that?
That's just it. That's why we need to all discuss these things. I can't. You know, there's so much stuff that needs to be done. I can't, as one person, figure it out. And that's
No, of
just
course
like,
not.
and that's just like, people are under the illusion, like with the president, the election of a president, he's making a difference. This any of them. I don't all from the beginning of the time. One person can't phantom and even keep up with what's going on in this world or our nation. You know, when any president comes into office, comes a group of people, and
Hmm.
usually it's probably the same people.
Exactly. At
Um,
least the same circle.
right.
I feel like they've all been puppets, like
No,
with a
exactly.
team behind them that it's either pushing one agenda or another. But the president itself is just basically the mouthpiece, the bullhorn.
It's all been a show from the beginning of time. Because these people who have the money, the wealth, the resources, they're the ones who's been putting the president in place. But they've paid the media to make it look like, oh, whether it be Lyndon B. Johnson or whoever, it's like, oh, look, he's in the running and he's here. Oh, just to make a very good, you know, visualization and make people think, oh, wow, yeah, the guy I wanted in there got in there, you know. But it's like, no, this was all planned out. They knew that before this even got started because they want to continue their control. You know,
Well, exactly. I mean, they know what we want to hear and what we don't want to hear. So,
exactly.
and they play off of that.
You know, that's like I think, like with Trump. You know, regardless of what people think about Trump, I believe that was where there was a whole different shift of puppet masters. You know, had nothing
Yeah.
really to do with the presidency, and I believe it was the puppet master shift.
Well, I mean, it was a popularity contest because, he had a winning top show. He's been pretty good in his real estate margin. So they knew that he would be the one that the people would want to follow. And a lot of the stuff he would pop off with, it's like, yeah, finally,
Right.
somebody saying something that we thought we wanted to hear. And I think he's a good guy, deep down, even. Like, anybody that would pull over on the side of the road and help somebody with a spare tire or whatever, like, knowing that they're rich and they could just, just drive on by, not my problem.
Trump was actually rubbing elbows with all of them. You know.
Oh, yeah,
You know.
definitely. He's
Like
endorsed many people and many people's endorsed him.
like they
So,
said,
yeah.
it's a big. Once you get up there, it's a club. You know. It's this is who runs the world, and that's their club. And I think Trump, the people behind Trump, whether it be military and this and that, whether it was a to go from a um, you know one group of people who were believed in they should be the powerful, and another group who's like, no, because I think had things been different, we were headed toward nuclear war. We was headed for all the things that we're discussing, like a civil war within our nation, um, maybe even a racial war, or a combination of all. You know, it wasn't going to be pretty.
Well, they knew they had to ring it back because, I mean, we built this place. Like, we, the people, have built it. And if they're not going to roll their sleeves up and come down here and build things and create things, they persuade us to do it for them, kind
Exactly.
of a thing.
And when you get up with people who have wealth, that's just like I was watching where one of the young kids of a really wealthy family did kind of like a little documentation or documentary where it's kind of like when he turned 18, he'll never have to work a day in his life. He's that wealthy, and he's the son of the CEO of Johnson and Johnson. And he was kind of like following his friends around, and the different ones who are like him, who will never have to work a day in their life, and the way they're just so arrogant. They're so like it's like, why should I get married when I can buy as many women as I want? You know,
Yeah,
this
they
is
act like
their
their shit don't stink.
oh yeah, this is their mentality. It's like, hey, you're nobodies, and you're at my pleasure. The world is at my pleasure. You know,
Yeah, exactly.
and this is the type of people who are in a lot of these positions. It's like, really, these people, they believe that they are gods, really. And we're nothing. You know,
Yeah, but eventually all that's gonna have to come to an end because if you think about it, all the homelessness, all the hung, everybody that's like, let's just say poor, like including me. I'm not considering myself wealthy or I'm not considering myself good. Let's just say poor. Okay, if Bill Gates gave a fraction of his money, can you imagine how much good he could do instead of just pocketing that money and sitting on it and investing it into pharmaceutical companies and vaccines and all that crap?
Oh yeah, and but at the same time, these people who live this lavish lifestyle never had to work a day in their life. Basically, all they do is whatever they want: tennis, yacht, fly around the world, whatever they want, and that means they would have to sacrifice and live in a modest life. Instead of having a whole fleet of yachts, they might have to have only one, or a fleet of jets, they might have to have one. You know, and to them that's tragic. Or maybe they can't have maid service anymore. These are catastrophic events to these people. You know, and they're going to fight tooth and nail to keep what they have instead of trying to level the playing field.
Well, that's because the whole concept of money is wrong. Like it's a monopoly. It's a facade. It's not anything really. It's not backed by anything. It's just a tool.
Exactly, and that's just like um, Dr. David Martin. If you get a chance to look him up, well, there's actually two of them. He's the one who he wears a bow tie. He's really he did the thing with pandemic, but he was saying, now, does it make sense? Like when it comes to gold, we spend all the resources and energy to take it out of the ground just to um, put it in bars and then store it in the ground. How ludicrous is that? You know?
Yeah. Well, they call it precious metal for a reason, and it actually is a lot of conduction and things like that we use. So and they know it, and that's why they hoard it.
I mean, years ago, you know, maybe they knew that eventually, at some point in time, gold would have a use, be useful. Um, but before now, it was like, for decoration, basically. And I always wondered what makes gold so valuable. What makes silver valuable? What makes any of this stuff valuable? You know, when to me, our most valuable things we're destroying, which is our air and our water and our food. You know,
Yeah, of course. Um, I feel the same way. Like we put value into the most absurd things, um, when we should be valuing the common stuff. Like I, you know what I mean.
exactly. And something too, even that life. You know, um, we don't value life. Look at that's why I say look at the abortions. Look at you know people just walk out and kill someone. It's like they weren't they were useless anyway. You know, but that being human is what makes us value things, which are by not paying attention we've given that up. You know, it's like okay we agree people aren't worth anything. Our water, let's just pollute it. Our land, you know, let's create all this garbage, and now we got a garbage problem. Let's, to where we don't really truly value the things that are valuable.
Yeah, that's where we drop the ball, is our value system.
Yeah, there was a picture of a homeless man sleeping on a bench, and then it was the title was, when we start um, value or putting value on the people who have wealth. It's like, the people who are wealthy, we look up to them like, wow, you're really something, and you must be, special. But yet we got people sleeping on benches.
Yeah, and it's not really putting value on the people. It's idolizing the people. That's the bad part.
Well, we idolize them because they have the things that we want to have, but they just don't let us have it.
Yeah.
I mean, I would want my own island for sure. That would be awesome.
Yeah, I don't know if I want an island. Oh yeah, I could go for an island.
I was gonna say, yeah, I could definitely have my own tribe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking for a video.
Yeah, go ahead. Find it, share it. Um, what time is it where you guys are at? Like 5?
Yeah, it's going on 6.
Yeah, 6 o'clock.
Yeah, I fell out earlier and had a nap.
Yeah, I kind of figured that much.
Sounds like you're going through the radio channels or something. Channel surfing.
I put a link in the private. I don't know if you want to show it on here, but it kind of explains a lot.
Do you already have it up?
I put it in the private chat, Solo.
I was gonna say you could share it on your screen if you want.
I don't know how to do that. And
Just
two,
hit the little share button.
you might want to watch it first.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because it's got pedo in the title, so and election, so. And government, which is like 3 keywords that they probably flag.
I said all that crap at the beginning of the show.
It's one thing for us to say it; it's another for it to be in a link.
Yeah, if you watch that, it's an eye opener.
Okay. Well, John, I think we're gonna call it for tonight. I appreciate you coming up on panel. Like, I really do. My headset went out right now, so I got my bus running, so I know it's kind of loud. Plus, I'm a little tired. I got to get ready for work here in a couple of hours. I know you guys, well, JoJo has to be up here in about an hour. So give us time to settle in. And I'm going to be back tonight. I'm going to do this all over again. And I think we made some good headway. We discussed some pretty good topics today that I wanted to discuss. I just didn't really know how to touch them. And I think we did today.
Yeah, and like I said, if I see the notice, I try to look for you, but most time I don't get it.
Well, go ahead, JoJo.
No, I was just gonna say, yeah, we've been trying to figure out stuff to put on and talk about. I know I kind of want to talk about the Baldwin thing, even though it might be a little late, but
It's never too late.
Well, no, but I'm just saying it's been molding over in my mind.
And two, it's like you almost can't say anything, you know,
Exactly.
without getting taken down, getting points. And
Yeah, a lot of
Yeah.
stuff I see in the news I want to talk about, or that's been on the platforms.
I think that link I shared actually talks about, you know, how, you know, their biggest weapon against us is censorship, because that's how they keep us divided. That's how they keep us, you know, from discussing things and coming together.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, John. We'll be on tonight if you want to come back and we'll discuss it. I'm gonna review that video and see what's up with it, and then we'll play it tonight if we're still up, because I kind of went off the handle earlier today, and the last time I did that, we lost the channel.
All right. About what time you think?
Probably earlier, maybe around. I'm gonna try and be on by midnight your time. So that'll be midnight East Coast.
All right.
So everybody, thanks for joining. I don't care if you share, like, whatever. You know how I feel about that crap. So do as you please. We're not here for the ratings. We're not here for the numbers. We're just here to try and discuss our topics that I'm trying to figure out myself. So everybody have a good morning.
Adios, all.